Vox Box Podcast, Episode 11. Leia and Han sitting in the tree. K-I-S... Ow!
What is thy bidding, my master?
There is great disturbance in the force.
The Vox Box Star Wars Podcast. Your source for Star Wars comics, news, and more. And now your host, Michael Corley.
Welcome to the Vox Box Star Wars Comic Book Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Corley. Thank you so much for listening today. Today we are covering Star Wars number 11. It is titled Star Search. It opens with Han Solo and Chewbacca. They are leaving Aduba 3. This is the end of their adventure with the Star Hoppers. They are named Jim, the Star Killer Kid, his robot Effie, Amazia, Jackson, the bunny-like creature, Don Juan Quixote, and Hedgie. By the way, in the panel, it shows Don Juan holding his, I guess it's his lightsaber, like the way a magician holds a wand. It's really weird. He's talking about the sacrifices that they've made. It's implying that Hedgie, the Spiner, had died. I actually didn't get that from the reading, but perhaps it was so. Effie, the robot, however, was most definitely destroyed. However, when they come out of hyperspace, they see a Star Destroyer, and they recognize this Star Destroyer. It's the one run by the pirate known as Crimson Jack, the one who stole the treasure they had earned from the rebels so they could pay off Jabba the Hutt. Now, what are the odds that this Star Destroyer could pop up in the exact same location as the Millennium Falcon? Han realizes that they must have put a tracker on his ship. And I actually like little things like that. It makes perfect sense that these devious pirates, who, by the way, they said implicitly the only reason they let Han and Chewie go is so they could capture him again another time. And sure enough, that's what happens. While Han and Chewie are trying to think of a plan to escape, they notice his prisoner, Crimson Jack, has Princess Leia captive. And what they are deciding to do when they realize that Han and Chewbacca don't have any treasure is they're going to kill Han and Chewbacca to show Princess Leia what happens if she doesn't cooperate. At this time, he doesn't know that Leia and Han are acquainted. Han actually saves Chewie in a cool little moment. He grabs a hold of Chewie's bandolero that you always see him wearing and pulls him down just as the first blaster shot comes. The rest of the pirates are coming up. The narrator says that the giant Wookiee needs no further instructions. With speed seemingly impossible for his great bulk, he is up again and moving into blasts meant to kill slowly. Now, in the Star Wars universe, it's generally accepted that if you take a straight shot from a blaster, you are dead. So I don't know if they're implying that these are set to a lower kill setting, but clearly they have no effect on the Wookiee. And he moves into the pirate, slams them aside, and Han is able to grab one of their blasters. He pulls it up and says that he will blast Crimson Jack unless everyone backs off. Jack, of course, is not going to back down, and he's got Princess Leia around as a human shield. And Han, being Han, says, "But if Chewie and I die now, you miss out on the treasure, plus an easy, bloodless way to get what you want from the princess." Crimson Jack is intrigued enough to at least give Han a free meal to explain what he's talking about. A wonderful panel. Crimson Jack and Han are laying in almost hedonistic reclining chairs, drinking goblets of wine while they talk about his plan. Han is telling Crimson Jack the treasure that he stole from Han actually came from rescuing the princess. Now, the funny part is that is absolutely true. That is where that money came from. But he's implying there's a lot more where that came from. He leans forward to the princess as he's telling Crimson Jack, "But no one knows that during the rescue, the prim and proper princess and I fell in love." He leans forward to the princess and says, "Put some feeling into it, Roy."